Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, today got more of a lock video than an actual knife video. I started thinking about putting these in the bargain bin. I might, I might not, but we'll see. But we did our little pre-Christmas excursion to Walmart, and I finally checked out the knives. And obviously, you guys know I picked up a couple of Swiss Techs. And then I was like walking by the counter and I saw these Ozark Trail, the bar lock knives. And I'm like, these aren't new by any means. They've been out for quite a while, at least probably close to a year, if not longer. But I was like, I've never checked one out. So I just kind of wanted to find out how good a $5 bar lock really is. Now, both of these, if you go to Walmart, they're listed as a 7-inch, basically a 7-inch folding knife. That's what the name is. Ozark Trail's never been too astute about naming their knives, which, hey, whatever. It's a $5 knife. It was 5, 6. It was in that $5 to $7 range. Something tells me it was $7, but maybe not. But anyway, so they definitely fall into that bargain bin category, less than $20. Super bargain for less than 10, actually. But I wanted to figure out about the bar lock. Now, these knives, I haven't used cut or a lot with them because, like I said, it was more about the lock. Now, we know, obviously the bar lock stems from, the Benchmade Axis lock. The patent ran out and everybody's doing it now. They got their own version, however, so on and so forth, whatever they want to call it. This is actually called the bar lock. Okay, good enough. Like I said, I haven't cut a lot with these knives, but what I have done is I've had them, well, like I said, it was just before Christmas. So, not quite, maybe not quite a month, 3 weeks or so. And I've just kind of had them with me. I've taken them to work with me. I've had them, by my chair when I've got some free time. And I just basically sit there and do that. Because I want to see if the springs hold up. Now you can see the detent for that one, not the greatest. I mean, it's a $5 knife. I mean, hey, if you just need a quick knife, you go somewhere, you fly somewhere, and you don't take a knife with you or you forget or whatever. I mean, pretty much there's a Walmart pretty much anywhere. You can go pick one of these up for $5, sorry. Have it for a weekend and leave it behind, and you know what? You're not out much but $5. So, and the other thing I wanted to kind of check out is to see, most of your Axis style lock knives are not inexpensive knives. So if you've never had one, maybe this might be an opportunity for you to check out. See if you just like how the lock actually works. And, keep in mind, this is not an Axis lock. It's not on a $150 Benchmade. It's on a $5 Ozark Trail knife. So, the quality isn't going to be maybe as good, see, that one didn't go open, as a Benchmade, so on and so forth. Just those are things you've got to keep in mind, but just the action of the lock, figuring out if it's really for you or not. Now, I don't use the Axis lock to open my knives. It's got thumb studs right there. That's what I use. If it has a flipper, I usually use the flipper. The only thing I use the Axis style lock for, I should say, or bar lock as it is on this one, is to close a knife. I don't use it to open it. One, cuts down on wear on the springs. And two, I just don't like opening a knife like that. Is what it is, Anyway, but I really kind of just wanted to see how these stood up. Now, what I've been doing is when I've had these knives at work, at home here, I just sit there and actuate the springs. Now, I know I personally have never ever had an issue with an Omega spring on a Benchmade or anything like that. I've never had an issue. I know people have broken them. There's aftermarket ones, that are supposedly, more sturdy and stuff, which they probably are. Not condemning, just throwing it out there. So I've never had that issue. And, we've talked about it quite a bit. And, Zach and I have talked about it. Zach's talked about it quite a bit on his channel. Are you just actuating it from one side? Are you putting more pressure on one side than you are another? I mean, I am pretty equal in my action on both sides. So maybe that's why I haven't had an issue breaking a spring yet. Have to say yet. Could happen. I don't know. But I have been actuating these things a lot. I don't know. Didn't count. Haven't kept track of how many times I have actuated these, but they have been, now obviously this one's got a little bit more throw to it. You can see that. That one has a little bit more throw than this one does. This one's a little stiff, to be quite honest with you. But once it's open, it's pretty good. When it's closed, the action, it doesn't have as much play back there, I guess. It is what you don't have as much play in your slot back there. So, now like I said, these are both 7-inch Ozark trails, $5. I actually like the design of this one. It's got the lines that I like. It actually feels pretty good in hand. The pocket clip's kind of annoying. I will have to say that. But, overall, they're not bad. So, what was my determination on a $5 bar lock? Well, again, I've never had an issue with the regular Axis style lock, the tons of them that are out there now. So I just was wondering, well, will the springs hold up? Will the springs hold up? And these things have been actuated many, 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 many times. Like I said, I don't know. I really don't know. And you know what? For $5, $6, $7, whatever you're going to pay for them, I think you're getting your money's worth with the Ozark Trail bar lock. I really do. I mean, come on. Expectations cannot be very high. They just can't. You're talking about a $7 knife. At the most, we'll say. It might be more where you're at. I don't know. I live in Washington. Things seem to cost more up here than they do anywhere else. I don't know. Maybe not California or Hawaii or something like that. But do you get your money's worth with a $5 bar lock? The lock itself? Yeah. I really think you do. Do you get your money's worth in a $5 Ozark Trail knife? Yeah, I think you do. It's $5. You guys know I'm a big fan. It comes, like I said, I haven't cut a whole lot with them. It comes with that one's got a pretty decent edge on it. I mean, it's probably 440A steel. So, is it going to hold an edge? Probably not. Again, $5 knife. It isn't Magna Cut, okay? That one's a little bit more rough. Yeah, that one probably needs a good strop. As always, I have not done anything with these knives except what I've already told you. Used it a little bit, actuated the holy bejeebers out of that lock. Yeah, it's not bad. Is it okay for a $5 knife? Sure. Would it get you through a weekend where you forgot your knife? Probably. Without much. That's me, guys. I really look for the positives in pretty much every knife that I get. There's been a few that I just don't understand. Hashtag original button lock elementum. So that's just me. That's what I do. Now, is this knife going to get you through the zombie apocalypse? Probably not. Are you going to go skin an elk with it? Probably not. You could try. It might do okay. I don't know. Would I want my life to depend on this knife? Probably not. Would it get me through a weekend or a week where I was like, oh crap, I forgot my, just ran out of the house, forgot to pack my knives. And yeah, absolutely. For $5, $7, whatever. Yeah, without a doubt. It would do the job. And you know what? Also, not everybody out there can afford this knife. That's why I try to get knives like this on the bargain bin. I try to find knives that are pretty decent, you know, budget, in my opinion, super budget knives that people can use. They need, you know, this one, I would say, if this is what you can afford, go for it. Have fun, enjoy it. You might have to sharpen it quite a bit. Maybe, maybe not. But as you can see with what I showed you, a good strop, you know, would probably be okay with these. It's probably not the best steel in the world. Like I said, it's most likely 440A. Guessing, don't know for sure. Haven't had it tested. Probably not gonna have it tested because it's a $5 knife. So, you know, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. My thoughts on a $5 bar lock knife. Is it worth it? It for $5? Yeah. Yeah, it's worth it. So, there you go, guys. Always appreciate you. Still going to figure out how I title this video. I'll come up with something. But really appreciate you guys stopping by today, checking them out with me. As always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. And you know what? I guess I forget something. Because I probably should say, hey, maybe watch the video and then leave a comment. It helps. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.